Hello guys, welcome back to ErebosGamingHD. So I believe this is part 15, and it looks like we're going to be fighting George Foreman. He's the highest ranked fighter on the list. Now, George Foreman's a big guy. He's got a long, powerful jab, a long, powerful straight, so it could be quite an interesting fight. I can't imagine it being too difficult though, because he's obviously quite old in this, and you know, it's a big target to hit, so it should be relatively simple. So what we're going to do is just going to head into the sparring in just a second, and we'll see how that fares. If I get a good sparring and I get a good training camp, then it should be even easier. But I've got, like I said in the previous episodes, I've got plenty of XP, and I've got plenty of stats that I need, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see if I've won any awards. Looks like I have. Upset of the year, so that's that. So here we go, some sparring. So if I can get champion in this, we should be good. I should be fine to enter the fight quite confidently. Should have plenty of XP now to put on where I want. I mean, I've got a full jab, full straight, so the next is probably just blocking and maybe increase my right hook a little bit. My right hook tends to be more of a finisher, but the majority of the fight's just done with jabs and straights. So as you can see, I'm already, like, you know, on 15,000 points. Or pushing on to 15,000 points and above, and it's literally only been a few, it was probably about 30 in-game seconds there. Coming up now to 20,000, and it's quite good because you only need 40,000 for champion, and I'm not even halfway there, so it's all going well. Them jab combinations are what get your points up. You don't want to obviously be getting hit too much, but don't worry about throwing punches and then blocking them, because you only lose 75 for that, and as long as you land a punch in between the combination, you'll get 400. So as you can see there, I just lost probably about 200 points with the jabs that missed, but then, you know, I instantly get about 400 to 700 straight away, so that's not too bad. So climbing the points quite nicely, and I don't need much more now, so I can start taking it easy a little bit. I only need about another 5,000 or 6,000 to secure champion. So yeah, catching with a good right hand there. Now obviously the George Foreman fight probably won't be panning out quite as laid back as this, but you know, doesn't matter. There we go. I've hit the 40 mark, so I just need to just chill out now and yeah, don't lose it. Just need to get back over 40 and then leave it. There we go. If we can just get to 41,000, there we go. Should be okay now. 42, 43, 44. There we go. That should do. And there we go. There's champion mode. So probably skip on to the fight now, guys, and I'll catch you when we're there. Okie dokie. So Mexico City Plaza again. Always seem to be fighting here. As you can see the stats there. He's got a longer reach than me. He's heavier. He's about the same height, but he's a lot older. So another big name though, of course. And looks like this is our 13th fight. So it's all looking pretty good. Stats are pretty solid at the minute for my character. This guy, look at that, man. Look how many he's won compared to what he's lost. I mean, jeez. If this was a fighter online, you'd be a little bit worried at this point, but let's just see how it goes. Shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, look, we're very, very similar. Obviously, he's slightly bigger and heavier, so what I'm just going to do is just take it a bit easy. I know he's got some really powerful punches, and I know he can take a good beating. Foreman can. He can take a real good beating. So you've got to be careful. You know, you've got to pick your shots, and you know, play cautiously. You don't want to gas yourself out trying to take him out, because he is, like I say, a really tough character. When he wants to be, anyway. When he's got that guard, it's really hard to break through. That cross guard's really, really effective against straight and jabs. Not so effective against sort of people that do a lot of body hooks and stuff. But yeah, it's more for defending the head, the cross. So, you know, this guy, obviously unbeknown to him, unbeknown to the computer, is actually a real good match, because I'm throwing a lot of jabs and straights and they can defend him quite easily. I think the way that I'm going to try and get punches off him, as you can see, is like when he throws a punch, I'll try and get him to throw, and then I'll land maybe a jab straight on him, sort of as he's throwing, or just after he's thrown a punch, just so that he can't get that guard up in time. That's sort of the whole plan. Landed a few good jab straights there. You can see his health's already nearly halfway. That's really, really good news. Coming up to the the last minute of the first round. Been a reasonably good round, to be fair. You know, he hasn't really hit me with anything. I've probably wasted a few punches, but a majority have been landing on his arms and on his face, so that's a good sign. So I just don't want him to catch me with one of them big looping right hands or one of them big right straights, because it's going to be lights out if he lands a couple of them on me. It's just one of those things when you're fighting a guy like George Foreman. You can't necessarily play it the same as you normally do. You've got to be slightly more aggressive, and it's all about exploiting their weaknesses as far as when they throw, you know, sidestep out of the way, catch them, or obviously just step back and catch them when they throw the wild punches. You can't just expect to go in and out punch them all the time. It just won't work that way, not on greatest of all time at least. On amateur obviously you can do what you want, but you can see he's doing them looping left hands. I don't know why he's throwing so many left hands, but I suppose that's what makes it quite difficult, the fact that they're so unpredictable. Normally a game like this, you know, would be left, right, but if you just throw a few lefts in combination, you don't expect it. That right hand could have been really dangerous then. I'm going to have to be careful not to get caught by too many of those right hooks. One of his best punches for Foreman. But he is getting pretty much done over. I mean, he's using a lot of stamina with these punches. He's not doing a lot of damage with them himself, so you know, it's not too bad. Them uppercuts, when he throws them, I can just lean back to get away from those punches. I don't necessarily have to move, which leaves him open to left, right hooks in return, or obviously the jab straights when he starts to move back. So in theory I could get a left, right hook, and as he steps back I could land a jab straight. Then I've landed 4 punches in relatively quick succession, and they're going to do damage. They're going to do big damage. And obviously, because he has got a slightly longer jab, which means that he can sort of take me on at range, which is why you're not seeing me do as much as what I normally do, where I sort of walk away and let him come at me and then throw the punches back. Because he's got such a long range, I need to sort of be on top of him. I need to take advantage of my shorter range, which is one thing I haven't had to do yet. Obviously, with him throwing, you know, an 82-inch reach, if he's throwing jabs at a distance, I can't hit him with my straight at that same distance, so I need to close the gap. Only just a slight touch, just a slight bridge of the gap, and then I should be able to land nice effective punches. Because obviously my jab straight aren't as effective when I'm right up close in his grill, you know. Quite strange talking about grill when he brought out George Foreman grill, but yeah, it's probably he should have stuck to his grilling. He ain't going to do much in here. Yeah, this is a whitewash. He's getting absolutely pummeled. He did get a good recovery rate there on his stamina, which is quite concerning, because what I don't want to happen is him to have a lot more stamina near the end of the fight, because George Foreman can finish. He can finish well. I've picked Foreman online a few times, and it often comes down to the fact that they've just gassed themselves out trying to take him out, and then you can just finish him off at the end. It's almost like a more fitter, sturdy Butterbean is what he reminds me of. He's got the power of Butterbean, but he's just, you know, he's a lot tougher, a lot better reach, and a lot better conditioned than Butterbean. So it's not a bad matchup at all. So it's a nice test, and to be fair, at the minute I seem to be doing okay. If it stays how it is, I can't see him lasting more than a couple more rounds, because he's going to start, you know, getting really weak soon. He might even go down in a minute, because even the jabs are just taking chunks off him. Yeah, he can go in a minute if he keeps doing this. There we go. I knew that if I could get him just throwing them punches there on them ropes, and then them jab straights landing. The computer needs obviously to work out that a jab straight there is more effective, but as I said, if I close the gap, hooks are obviously more effective when you're at close range than jabs and straights are. Well, however, if obviously your character's based on jabs and straights, you're still better off throwing the jabs and straights when you're reasonably close, like you see me doing there. Whereas George Foreman will start throwing uppercuts and hooks when you get close, where he needs to start throwing jabs and straights. And throwing too many of these hooks, he can go down now if he starts throwing. But I don't think he's going to throw because he's too low. Look at that, his head's bobbing back and forth with them jabs. It's like I'm just doing the maze back. And he can go here, he can go. Oh, come on. 15 seconds? Nah, I don't know. Nah, I don't think I'm going to get it. I've knocked him down once this round. It's good enough for me. I don't really want to cost myself too much, and probably did there, throwing them last few punches. So, recovered 11%, Foreman did there. I'm not quite sure how, considering he got put on the canvas, but it doesn't matter. We're well in the lead now. I think he should go this round. If it's anything like it was last round, yeah, look at that. His stamina's just gone down there. Should have been able to capitalise on that, but didn't. But you saw how fast it went back up. He is quite well conditioned. His defence isn't as strong as I remember it. He isn't being as defensive as usual. You can go here. Go left. Left it. There we go. That's it. Let's see if he gets up. I don't know. It's questionable. Looks like he is though. Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah, I think he's going down. Yeah, he's going down. Yeah. Oh well. 2 knockdowns. Quite a shame, really. I expected that to go a lot longer. It didn't matter if he had got up though, because you know he had no hope of coming back. His stamina was too low and his health was too drained. So let's have a see at the stats. Still aren't throwing them left, right uppercuts. Still aren't throwing power shots. I need to start doing that. I keep forgetting every time I sort of get in the ring. I'm just doing the same old sort of tactic, and it keeps working time and time again. So I landed 100% of my counters again. 55% overall punch stats, pretty consistent with what I've been doing all along. Which is impressive for me, because I'm fighting a whole range of different fighters, so you know, to be able to land the same punch percentage on a tall guy as well as a short guy, quite impressed with that. You see, I did the fight challenge. My connect's gone up, my KO's gone up, my rank's obviously increased. So all in all, a very good fight, you know, against a good name. You know, you can't complain with that. So if I'm knocking this guy out, then hopefully. Well, I knocked him out in, what was it, round 4 or something like that? If I can knock him out in round 4, then the champ ain't going to stand a chance. So, thanks for watching, guys, and... Oh, wait, let's just have a see what we can do here. There we go, to show you greatest of all time. Just to show nothing funny what's going on. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.